Test Chamber is back with a look at Infamous First Light, a new standalone game set in the infamous Second Son universe, if that makes sense. I'm Andrew Reiner, everyone. Playing the game for us is Kyle Hilliard.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Let's get the show underway here. I played this for review over the weekend, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. If you played Second Son, you already saw kind of Fetch's origin story. She's the playable character in this.
She's the one on the right?
She's the one on the right, yep, and that's her brother Brent on the left. And you remember from Infamous Second Son, she had that kind of lair, that shrine set up for Brent.
She had like two, actually. It was weird.
There was the one like in the billboard, that was where she was living.
Yeah, the one where she was drying her bras.
Yes.
Just had them hanging all over the place.
Drying them. She took a swim. And then, she had that lair where there was like the shrine set up for Brent that... at first, when you first saw it, you're like, whoa, this girl is messed up. It had, like, pictures of him, like, voyeuristic pictures with candlelight, and...
his name scrawled
everywhere, like, dozens of times.
And drawings of him, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was kind of messed up.
But, yeah, I mean, pretty quickly, though, you realize that there was a lot more to it than just kind of this... Because my assumption was that she was this, like, obsessed... girl, but it's her brother, and it's really much deeper than that.
Yeah,
much more
she's really hurting. Yeah, something terrible happened. And if you didn't play Second Son, here's one thing I didn't mention in the review. I would recommend playing this before you play Second Son.
Oh, interesting.
Because this is basically, this game here, First Light, is basically an unabridged version of her origin story.
It is a prequel, so I guess that makes sense.
Yep, and in the game, in Second Son, you get her basically the same whole story all the way up to the end of this game in like a 2-minute cutscene with those comic art,
which they've been using in every Infamous game since the first one, to give a backstory.
What you're seeing here is she was at the very beginning. She was at the DUP. As a prisoner, and they're going to train her to be an assassin. And that's Brooke Augustine, who's going to be training her.
And this is her and her brother kind of fleeing from her parents, because her parents disowned her, once they found out that she had powers. But her brother was totally on board with her having powers and helped her out.
So this is them going to Seattle. So it's the same city, about half of Seattle from the game.
Yeah, I was curious about that, because in Second Son, isn't Fetch like in the armored car that kind of crashes near Delson's home, right?
Correct.
So I was curious.
That's how this game ends.
Okay. So she was in Seattle before she got put in that car. So they tried to get her out of the city and they failed, and she came back to the city. Right?
Correct.
Okay. Cool. All right. Because I was curious when it took place, since it was using the same Seattle setting.
But she's such a great character. I really enjoyed her. Delson, he just spit out awful one-liners left and right. She's a more mature and grounded character, more believable in my... obviously she's shooting neon out of her fingertips.
Ignoring that.
But outside of that, I think she's a pretty cool character. And her story is definitely a sad one, but it is interesting. I like where it goes. It's very similar to Delson's, though. Sucker Punch is kind of a one-note studio in terms of brothers to the protagonist.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, go! Whoa! So she's a master of neon. She's better at it than Delson. Delson obviously had multiple other powers he could play with, so she's not as proficient of a combatant or kind of parkour expert like Delson was, but she is better at neon than Delson, and you're going to see that through numerous ways. But not in our test chamber. You won't get to see a lot of that because she doesn't have most of her powers at the beginning of the game, which really doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, because Delson kind of took them from her, and then he leveled up his, so I think technically in the narrative she should be kind of fully powered from the beginning.
Right, and they kind of explain that through the narrative. It's kind of a cheesy way of doing it. They say that when she's talking to Augustine, Augustine's asking her about her powers, what powers she has. So whenever you go back to those kind of moments where she's a prisoner, those flash forwards from this point, you get to see a new power get unlocked. So It's kind of a cheesy way of saying that she still has them. She's just not using them at this point.
One thing I'm really excited about this is I really love Second Son a lot. I liked Infamous a lot, but I'm looking forward to having just a focused power. Like, I like the idea of just sticking to Neon.
And Neon was one of the best powers in Second Son.
Yeah, just because of this, actually, the ability to just sort of flow through the city. But like, I didn't love switching between powers. I kind of liked sticking to one as long as I had. Like, I only switched when I needed to, really. Most of the time I would stick with Neon. So I like the idea of the game being focused and built around entirely the use of Neon powers, you know.
So this mission took me a bit.
Yeah, give me some pointers.
You just need to get away.
Okay, I'm running.
I ended up like being under a bridge or a tunnel or something.
Okay, maybe I'll look for that. Because I'm trying to hide, right?
Yeah, you just want to get away from that helicopter.
Okay.
Which you should be able to do pretty easily.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So maybe I can just...
You can't hide in the dumpsters.
Well, I don't know. What game did
though.
There was a game that I played recently where you could hide in dumpsters. I don't know what it was.
Hiding bodies in dumpsters?
Or, I think, you know what it was? I was playing Resident Evil 4 the other night, and I told Ashley to get in the dumpster to hide. I was very rude about it. I'm sorry, fictional character.
Okay, you're looking pretty good here.
All right, let's see. Something. Can I just hide in the alleyway? There we go.
Oh, this is looking good.
This is comfy. This is a nice area.
Let's see. That guy does not seem to be bothered that he just saw a neon streak turn into a woman. But the game's about 3 to 5 hours. Sony says 4 to 5. I'm going to challenge that and say 3 to 5. Maybe I'm a better gamer than everyone at Sony. There you go.
Cool. Did you like completion? Did you get all the trophies? And
I got most of it. It's a little different. As soon as we finish this conversation with Brent, I think we'll take a look at the... Maybe they have it all closed off, but I was going to say take a look at the new upgrade tree.
Oh, yeah, let's see. Let me see if that's... Upgrades. Oh, nothing yet.
Yeah, it's offline right now. It's a little different. It's easier. Obviously, this is a shorter game than Second Son, so you fill it up pretty quick. The ways you do that are, again, through missions. She doesn't collect blast shards. She collects lumen, which
From
is...
Rayman 2, The Great Escape? Mm-hmm. I think those were called lumens in that game.
This is made by Ubisoft now.
Oh, it is? Yeah.
And actually, you turn into Rayman's big buddy.
These are spoilers.
Yeah.
I don't want to know this stuff.
Yeah, I just ruined the entire game.
Fetches Rayman.
Yeah. Ways she excels at neon, later in the game, there will be these gas pockets of neon. I don't understand the science, why they'd be on the city streets. But she can use those to get a turbo boost, so she can run even faster than this. There's racing mini games, which give you lumen. She does. She's an artist, as we pointed out at the beginning. She had pictures of Brent in the lair or her shrine. So she tags the environment, but using neon instead of spray paint. And the drone, finding the drones, that returns, but it's much better this time. It's a lot harder to find the drones. They don't just pinpoint exactly where it is. You got to use the camera from the drone, which you hack into from your phone, to see where it's looking, and then you got to kind of place that into relation of where you are, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, there was a kind of a version of that in Second Son, but they're moving is like kind of the big thing this time, right?
Yep. And no details were spared in the graphics. The cutscenes are all really nicely animated. Same production values as Second Son.
And I think photo mode returns, right?
Yep, photo mode with 3 new options. So there's different things you could do.
Woo! Photo mode is very cool.
Yep, and you can change the opacity and stuff like that now, which is cool.
Shoot the door.
Oh, no!
I got to shoot the door. Got a little excited about photo mode there.
Her karmic power, I guess you don't even call it that because there isn't good and bad in this game. But she has that big blast like Delson has. Hers is awesome.
Yeah, so with the powers, do you just kind of go down a straight line of unlocking, or is it...
No,
if you choose one,
set up
you
in
miss out
different
on
ways.
another.
It's just not that weird kind of DNA strand skill tree. It's laid out a lot better. It's still pretty meaty.
Oh, throwing grenades.
But you'll go through it pretty quick. You'll get a lot of lumen very fast in this game.
Is that Nico Bellic?
This game's made by Rockstar.
Ubisoft,
with
Rockstar,
Ubisoft. Yeah, it's
Sucker Punch, Sony. A lot of people coming together for First Light here.
It's like the all-star development team.
Let's see.
Yeah, get that.
Oh, the music is cool. I love the music in these games.
No Nirvana, from what I heard.
Okay.
With a female singer.
Is it diamonds?
Mm-hmm.
Pulp Fiction diamonds? Oh, that's
my favorite type of diamond. And that's the end of the game. What'd you think?
Oh, it was, I would have liked to do more. Or anything. So does she meet, do you get to see Delsin at all?
No.
No? Okay.
Charge up. Gonna need it.
She's hurting. Let's go over to Jessica's books.
Get the neon.
Or this right here.
Yum.
Okay.
There we go. That's better.
You okay?
It's cool to see her brother, because you really, you understood that he was important to her, but you didn't really get a sense of who he was. So it's nice that you'll be able to kind of dive into that character more.
Yeah, and you get context to that cutscene you saw in Second Son, which is a little ambiguous. You find out, everybody knows what I'm talking about. I think I don't want to spoil it for people that haven't played it, but
sure.
There's a big moment there that kind of kicks off her story in Second Son, but you get a lot of context to how that happened and why, and it's pretty cool. The way they do it is is done in a really artistic way toward the end of the game. I really like the final act of this game. That might be the best foot forward that Sucker Punch has had on PS4 in terms of content, is the very end of this game.
Okay.
It's very cool.
Stay away from the boat. The Currents are just outside. They got guns.
What?
And she controls, almost identically to Delsin. There's no surprise there.
Yeah, I mean, this is Delsin with neon powers,
Hang up and hide,
which is, not a complaint. I mean, he controlled just fine.
Yeah, you're going to get rockets. You're going to get your focus slowed down sniping with limb-specific hit zones. Again, there's no karma in this one, so it's always just one color. It's not good or bad, the blue or red. And she actually, makes some very interesting choices in this game that blend both good and bad.
Did you play through? When I played it, I did do the good and the evil path.
I did both.
Yeah, she actually gets a lot more romantic with Delsin in the evil path.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, it doesn't go into anything with Delsin here.
Okay.
That boat's a piece of crap. Probably wouldn't ride on it if it was on fire.
Where did Brent go?
Well, maybe. Cook the fish as you're going.
Oh, see, yeah, that's smart.
Yeah.
That's you're using what you got, you're making things work.
Huh? Brent's phone.
And there are like arenas in this game too?
Yes.
Something like that?
So there's a whole big battle arena thing which ties into the DUP flash forwards. Which are really fun. There's scoring challenges. Reminded me of the game The Club, where you got to move fast to kill guys to chain together combos, get a higher score.
Okay, because The Club was like a shooter, so you're kind of like running down a hallway.
Yep.
It kind of feels like that.
Yeah, but it's enemies all over the place, so you're kind of just darting left and right, hitting guys, chaining together combos, saving hostages, trying to get the highest multiplier you can for the best score. And then there's leaderboards, and you can bring, if you have Second Son, you can bring Delsin into this and do those scoring challenges, which is very cool.
Is there any mention, and maybe this might be running into spoiled territory and you can sort of cut me off, but do they mention Cole at all? Cole McGrath?
Not in this one, no.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I would have liked to see his influence a little more, like in Second Son. I don't know, just kind of hear about him more. Like I think there was like a free DLC where you could talk to his friend on the, like he would call you, but that was
I think that was the connection.
Yeah.
And they had the paper DLC too, Paper Trails.
Yeah.
But this is standalone. You don't need Second Son for this.
Breaks from
Which is kind of an interesting choice for Sony.
That's how they did Festival of Blood too. I think that's what it was called.
But Last of Us, you had to have the main game, right?
Yeah, it's weird. Only some do it. I know, but like the last DLC, Infamous 2 was standalone, and then like one of the Ratchet and Clank Age of Booty was like standalone.
What'd you say?
I think it was called Age of Booty.
You wanted to get control of your
Just wanted to hear you say it again. She's such a great character too. Probably the two best characters in Second Son right here.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you.
We'll start with something simple. I'll be watching your progress.
I did like the brother too.
Please don't try anything stupid.
hell I do is stupid.
Jinx.
No, Miss Walker.
Can't talk the rest of the day.
You're a survivor.
Whatever happened during Jinx, if someone said it? I mean,
I always, it was, for me, in
it was
my
just kind of the end of the
upbringing-
game then, like just disappointment, right?
I guess so.
So here is, this is one of the combat arenas.
Do I get to play around here a
Everyone
little
has
bit?
a weakness.
Yeah, but you're going to do
You
training.
just have to look for it.
So yeah, you're just going to have to take out these enemies.
There you go.
Cool.
It's a start.
Yeah, I always loved that. Always one of my favorite attacks was her sort of slowed down zooms. It wasn't quite a snipe.
None of the combat encounters were that challenging in the main game. I kind of was very diligent in getting all the lumen I could as I was playing the game,
Not bad.
which happens very
Not
quickly,
great.
just like Second Son. You know, getting all the side activities is very
Perhaps
quick.
you'd like more relatable
But yeah, I was fairly powered up at the end of the game, not completely, but I didn't have any problems with any of the combat.
These hard light holograms
It seemed a lot
look
easier
and
than
feel
Second
real.
Son. So that was kind of a knock against it.
Please kill them.
I don't
But
just
overall,
mindlessly
this is a really
shoot
good game.
things, okay?
The
I
conduit
wish
out there making those holograms
it treaded a little bit more new territory in the story
the point
than what you
is
saw
survival.
in Second Son, but it is cool to see it fleshed
Just
out
for
like
you,
this.
But for those who can't defend themselves.
Yeah, so this is kind of the hostage
Go on.
thing. Basically, they're just
Protect
giving you
them.
the tutorial on what the arenas are here.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to kind of run around. Yeah, see, it's cool that they do have it already set up for Delsin
Yep.
with like the smoke areas and stuff.
And the
like that.
leaderboards are separate, so Delsin's obviously a more powerful character.
Nice
Okay.
to see you still have some fight in you.
Well, now I can run around.
Let's hope your other senses are still as
This is a cool area. I like this. They're closed in.
Yeah, they did a really nice job at
Clock's
this.
ticking. Find and save the hostage.
Yeah, the arena battles are really fun. They are long, so if you're going to do the pass the controller so you could get the best score, it's probably not the best game for that. But if you have friends on PSN that are into this,
Well done.
it's pretty fun.
Now, I've hidden a second hostage somewhere nearby, but this time you'll have to
And
use prudence
we'll have you
to
save the
know where you're
sausage, and then
going.
we'll call it a day. But there's a lot of game here.
Yeah, I'm really excited to play this. Second Son might be my personal game of the year. I really
Wow,
love
okay.
the Infamous games a lot, and Second Son did not disappoint.
My game of the year still is Hearthstone. Diablo's, man, I love the Ultimate Evil Edition. I've been playing the hell out of that right now, so that's right up there too.
Wasn't the fastest time I've
But
seen.
yeah, that's a pretty good look at this.
Yeah, I'm
again,
excited to
there's
play
a
more.
lot more to see, but Kyle's probably not going to stop playing for the rest of the day.
Nope.
And,
I got nothing else to do.
Yeah, zoom on in there.
Where's the zoom? There we go.
There she is.
Arrgh. She's mad.
About to shoot some neon. But that's Infamous First Light. It's out today. It's $14.99 on PlayStation 4. It's definitely worth a look, especially if you loved Second Son. And again, if you haven't played Second Son, this is a great place to start. So thanks for watching Test Chamber, and we'll see you in the next episode, everyone.